Hey guys, today I want to show you my updated current foundation routine. I'm going to just show you how I apply my foundation and concealer and how I set everything. I know that some of my videos tend to be lengthier just because I do include every step and I want to just kind of cut it short and just show you more eye looks or cheek looks just to shorten the length of the videos. And I know I do have a foundation routine on my channel, but the quality of that tape isn't so great. So I'm going to do a new one for you guys and I hope it helps. And if you want to see how I apply my foundation and concealer, just keep watching. Thanks guys. So first I'm going to start off by putting my hair up. I'm just going to use these little clamps because I want it to stay out of my face so I can cover everything without getting it all in my hair. I've already moisturized and cleansed my face. I'm going to be using the Tarte Poreless primer. I'm just going to apply this all over. And rubbing it in. And it's really important that you let your moisturizer sit because depending on your moisturizer, it can cause your primer to roll. It might be oil-free, or your primer might be oil-free and it will cause it just to bunch up and roll right off your face. And that would be bad because you want a primer. I prefer primer at least. Apply the foundation. I'm using my beauty blender. I've already wet it so it's damp and it's a little big. And what I'm going to be doing is using, this is just the top of a candle, the little lid, and I use this just to apply the foundation on the top instead of the back of my hand because it gets messy and sometimes I forget to wash it off. So I'm going to be using this with the Becca foundation. This is the Matte Skin Shine Proof foundation in the color Tobacco. So I'm going to be applying this on the back of the lid, probably that much, and I'm going to be using my beauty blender and applying this all over the face. I'm going to tap a little bit on the point. I know some people like to use the back end of it. I don't know. I'm just stuck here. So I'm going to apply this all over the face, just dot it, and start blending. And I know the beauty blender gives you really nice, kind of like an airbrush type finish because it looks so natural and it looks like skin. So that's why I love using this. But I also really like my Kabuki from Sigma, the flat top F80, I believe it is. That's a really good one too. So as you can see, I'm avoiding underneath my eye area because I don't want it to get too cakey because I feel like if you have too much product, it can look cakey, and I'm going to be applying concealer and stuff, so I'm going to leave that blank. But just apply foundation everywhere else. This, I'm going to use Max Fix Plus. This is completely optional. I just love the way it looks on my skin. And I'm going to spray this all over and just let that dry. Go in with my concealer. I'm going to use the orange color of this MAC concealer palette, and this is basically to get rid of any darkness on your face. This is for girls of deeper tone. I know if you're lighter skin, they have ones that offer green or purple, and those conceal dark circles and redness. So I'm just going to be applying this underneath my eyes because I have the gnarliest bags in the world. Thank you, nursing school. brush of your choice. I'm going to be using one by Makeup For You. It looks like this, and I'm just going to use this to apply the product on, not really for blending purposes, just for application. And I'm going to do it in this V-type shape. And don't forget to get your inner portion of your eye because there's a lot of darkness in there, and you don't want to be nice and concealed right down here and just darkness in there. So what I do is I bring this outwards like that. And the color concealer I'm using is NC42. So as you can see, I have concealer everywhere just because I have the ugliest bags. So I'm going to cover them, but if you do not struggle with bags and you're lucky, unlike myself, you can go easier on the concealer, but this girl needs it. So now I'm going to go in with this Sigma Taper Kabuki. This is the F86. This is my favorite brush for under eyes. It's got a perfect shape that it just gets right in there really nicely. You can even use the tip of your beauty blender, but I like this one a lot better because it helps for me because I tend to get a lot of creasing. So I'm going to go in with my Sigma Kabuki and just go opposite direction of my eye like this, and this is going to help reduce creasing. And I'm just patting this and bringing it down and out. And I'm going to use my finger, this is just a clean ring finger, to get the inner portion of my eye because I don't want to bring the concealer too high where it covers my eyeshadow. And I'm just going to do the same for the other side. Okay, so now that I've applied my concealer, you can see that it's a little bit lighter underneath my eyes because I am usually an NC44 or an NC45, and I used an NC42 because I want to brighten up this area. So that's why I think it's important to use a color corrector to conceal any dark circles, because sometimes it can make it look kind of ashy if you have really dark circles. So to set my foundation and my concealer, I use MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish. I have two shades because I use the lighter one, the medium plus, for underneath my eyes, and I use medium dark for the rest of my face. So I'm going to be using a powder brush. This is one by Makeup For You, and I'm going to be applying this medium dark to my face. And this is completely optional. I just do this because I have combination to oily skin and I like to have a matte face. But if you are dry, you don't even have to do this step because you're extremely lucky. And to set my concealer, this is something I suggest no matter what skin type you have. I'm going to go in with the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Plus. And you can use a translucent powder, anything that you have at home. I'm using a Sigma tapered highlighter brush because I think it's just the perfect shape to get in that area. You can also use, by Real Techniques, this setting brush. This is also a really good brush for getting in that area. So I'm going to just dip into the Medium Plus and apply this underneath my eyes to set my concealer. And I'm doing it the opposite way like before when I was applying the concealer to help with reducing the creasing. And when you're all done with that, this step is also completely optional. You can go in with the MAC 6 Plus and spray this all over your face. Again, that's something I personally do because I think it helps to lock in the foundation. And I'm gonna let that dry. And that is the end of my foundation routine. It's just very simple. You can go lighter on products if you need to. I know I use this MAC concealer palette, but I struggle with dark circles and there's something I like to conceal. So that's why I use this color corrector. But it's completely optional. You don't have to use every product that I used or every item. You can omit or add things where you see needed. So I hope this helped you guys. Have a really good day and thank you so much for watching, and subscribe and thumbs up if you like what you see. Have a good one, guys.